We have one of the sisters here saying that a lot of women just do not want good men. They're out here lying. Let's review it.
You know what? Y'all women don't want no good man. No, y'all don't. Y'all want the thugs. Yeah, y'all want the guys that's gonna break your heart. Yeah, you do. You keep on talking to the same type of dudes. Yes, you do. Be quiet. You do.
Now, that part, as we know, just looking at time statistically, that's true. You have a big pool of women, definitely in our community, going for the same type of guy until they get to the epiphany stage. And according to, what I read, the epiphany stage for a lot of women, it starts around 28, but start hitting them about 30. If you notice, most of the women that's talking about they don't really want to fool with Pookie and Ray Ray no more, and Pookie and Ray Ray is this and that and the third, and where's the good men at? They're usually 30 and above. They hit that epiphany stage. Then also the biological clock start hitting them in the head too, around about 30. So this is why you're starting to see a lot of these videos. If you pay attention to the look of a lot of the women that's even talking about this subject, notice a lot of them is around 30 and above. But let's continue.
You don't want the good guys, the simps, the guys that stay in the house and won't cheat on you. You don't want him. He's too boring.
Yeah, they do say that decent dudes are boring. Well, you know what? Quote unquote boring is consistent. Quote unquote boring is not out there beating on you, cheating on you, could bring you a venereal disease, but that's quote unquote boring. And any woman that has that mindset that, oh, this guy is boring, that's not a woman that you should be fooling with, fellas, because you're not a clown. If you want to go get entertained, go to a circus somewhere, go to a comedy show, whatever. You need to have somebody, like they say, you need to be equally yoked with.
Right? He's too lame. He's not attractive. Girl, you better enjoy that peace that comes with that man. That man offers peace that you ain't never had in your entire life. You hear me? You better get with that man because of what he can do for your soul. You better get with that man for what he can do for your soul. Not for what he can do. Oh, he look good out here. Oh, he fine. Oh, baby, that don't mean anything. The older you get, you want peace and stability and love. That's it. That's all you should ever want from a man. Stop saying y'all want a good man when you ain't even attracted to what a really good man offers you, okay?
Well, the next thing she said, that when you get older, you want peace, stability, and love. Now, I think that is for men as well. Men want peace, stability, and love. And as the older men get, their finances increase with time. And it gives them more options to do what they want to do. So when men is at the age they're seeking peace, they're not going to be putting up with all the game playing. They're not going to be putting up with the Pookie and Ray Ray. As I stated last week, there's no war with Pookie. That's over. The Pookie war is over. As I stated before, Pookie has won because the brothers who are decent said, we have left the battlefield. This is what they're saying. And they say, because we're gainfully employed. Some of us are, entrepreneurs. We can afford, to go to different states if we want. We can afford to go to different countries if we want. Even though when they trying to put out this propaganda about owing child support, you cannot obtain a U.S. passport or hold your passport if you owe $2,500 in back child support or more. If you have a passport, it can't be suspended, or it will not be renewed until you take care of that child support issue. Understand? So all the men who are traveling don't owe child support, even if they're paying. So let's stop there because people are very, very ignorant. But even older women want peace. They want tranquility. My thing with women is this: don't mess up your 20s. And that's what happens to a lot of them. Instead of their mama schooling them and say, look, in your 20s is your prime time to lock down your husband. You in the prime of your life physically. You in your greatest childbearing years. Do it in your 20s. Because there is this, and I think I'm going to cover that too. Because if you don't get these men when they're younger, or get these men in the process when they're in college, or just young brothers, there's other groups of women that's picking off the men that you gonna want. There's white women doing it. There's Latina women doing it. There's Asian women doing it. There's all kind of other women out here doing it. And then you look up later, you don't have the men that you want because when you was calling these dudes lame, we talking about even in the United States, they're picking off these dudes that you want. This has been going on for definitely with this current generation for sure. Because see, back in when I was growing up, we didn't really have that too much. You know, it was just black and white in school, and kind of the white folks stayed on their side, we stayed on our side. We didn't fool white folks like that. Growing up in Port Arthur, it was just what was understood. But this Gen Z, no, they're not about to put up with all that. You know, that you can tell them about quote unquote race loyalty. They don't want to hear that. They're like, they're the first thing gonna tell you weird. What's wrong with you? Because they're the most integrated group we've ever had. So they don't even want to hear talk about that. They really don't. So what I would say to those definitely in our community, some of you who say, well, I'm a decent woman, you know, these men traveling, we got decent women right here. I said, make yourself known, make yourself loud and proud. Now, one thing I will say, and I've said this before, and some women disagree with this. One thing that other groups of women will do over some sisters, they would approach a brother. They would approach one. And they had no problem doing it. And I would say some of the sisters, if you think this is a good guy, you think this is a decent guy, because men are kind of spooked a little bit with this current situation. Because, you know, if you say something, you don't want to be looked at funny. You don't want them rolling your eyes. So a lot of men just kind of pull back. Like I said, they may say something to you on social media, but they won't go no further than social media. You even heard Becky complain about that last week, right? If you're a decent woman, you know you got something to offer and you think that's a decent man, go holler at him. It's a way for women to holler at a man and not seem like you're thirsty or whatever. Just spark a conversation with him. Trust me, sparking a conversation, smiling, you know, seeming interested, you know, and you can even lead up to the point that if you do, you have a girlfriend, I say go through all of it. You have a girlfriend? You know, you're not married or have a girlfriend or you have a fiance, you just got to cover all three of them. That way, and you say, no, I ain't got nothing like that going on. Oh, okay, yeah, because I was kind of interested. You know, I see you did it. You know, trust me, you would get more attention with some men than you would if you just sit up there and stay quiet. Look, you remember that song, "Closed Mouths Don't Get Fed on This Boulevard"? I'm just telling you, if you want to compete in America, because these other groups of women, they are approaching these brothers. They have no problem doing it. And don't even talk about Becky, because Becky, she willing to trick off. I'm not telling you to trick off. I don't even support tricking, but that's what they do. They trick off with brothers. Because picking Pookie at this point is not a good life decision whatsoever. It's not. It's not working out for y'all. So those of you who are decent, because like I said, these brothers are not putting up with it no more. They're going to travel out of here if they don't meet somebody decent here. And who could blame them? I mean, because, you know, much as y'all try to put out a propaganda, these men are looking for just women who's out here walking the blade. That's not the case. Some people just want a family. There's a lot of black men I talk to every day. They want a family. They don't want to getting a female to do that. You can do that here. You ain't got to get on no plane for that. If you just want to lay down with females, right? So no, a lot of these dudes want a family. A lot of them want to settle down. They want kids, etc. But they just don't like the attitude and all that here. When you keep rejecting decent men for Pookie, you know, that could stick with them, right? And they say, nah, forget them females. They don't want a brother like myself. And then when you finally come your way, it's like, oh, well, hey, you know, I'm interested now. Ooh, I saw you a long time ago. Yeah, but you done had about 2 kids already. And that's what a lot of brothers don't want either. I'm like, listen, fool with who you want to fool with, but just don't have no kids with them. At least that much. That would actually keep you running for a better man later. Just do that much. Just don't have any kids. That when you have your epiphany, like, oh, okay, when they finally meet you, like, hey, you ain't got no kids. That's your mistake that y'all make. Y'all sit up and have kids with these dudes. Don't have kids until you're married. That will stop a lot of y'all problems with a lot of these men. But y'all let me know what y'all think about, you know, sis here and, what she's talking about. But yeah, y'all, you better get your decent man early. And you think you got time. You don't have time. Actually, your window is very short as a woman when it comes to obtaining your man, especially in America with competition.